Alright guys, welcome back to the fourth and final episode of the Tiny Camper build. It's Saturday morning, just getting ready to get to work on the camper. I'm going to spend another weekend working on the camper. Hopefully after this weekend, this thing will be ready to take out on the maiden voyage. So we're getting really close to having her done now. So before we get to work today, I'm going to roll the footage and get you guys up to speed on all the work that I've done over the past couple of weeks here since the last episode. And then we'll come back, I'll give you guys a little walk around, show you what we have done right now, what's left to do, and then we'll get to work. The first job on this particular day was to finish insulating my walls. So for this I'm just using 1.5 inch styrofoam insulation. And each piece is measured and cut to size and then fit in between the framing members on my walls. One piece at a time. Once my insulation was in place, I started sheeting my walls inside with some tongue and groove pine. And this pine is all glued and then nailed in place. So any areas where my electrical wires are running, I just use some pink fiberglass insulation because it was much easier to fit in around my wires than the rigid styrofoam insulation was. Just finishing up my front wall here with the pine. So my back wall has an access hatch that leads to the storage area in the back, which I'll show you guys more about a little bit later. So here I'm just cutting my hole for my access hatch. And I decided to do a little bit of color inside on my back wall, so just had some old paint kicking around and decided to use some different colors for a little accent wall on the back. And a coat of stain on the pine to end off the day. So the next day my father's back on the scene to give me a hand, and now we're going to do some welding. So today we're going to mount my metal storage box which holds my battery. You see Dad doing the welding here. Just welding some supports to hold my storage box in place. And now we have the box in place and just welding another support bracket in front of the box. So while he's doing that job, I decided to go ahead and get my 2 windows installed. So just using some silicone here to seal everything up. and then I fit the windows in place. Now Dad is making some connections here to the battery, and I decided to jump up on top of the camper while he's doing that and get my roof vent installed. And later that afternoon, after the battery is all installed and hooked up, I decided it's time to go ahead and get my main door made for the camper. So once I had the door cut to the right size and shape, I just started gluing and nailing some framing members. This will give the door some strength, as well as give me a little area to install some insulation in the door. Back inside now, and time to fill all my nail holes and sand the door down, get ready for paint and primer. So just filling all my screw holes and imperfections in the plywood with wood filler, and then I'll get to sanding once this dries, and then we'll prime, and then we'll put the Raptor liner on the door. So while I'm waiting for my wood filler to dry on my main door, I'm just going to try and fit these back doors. Already got one coat of the Raptor liner on these, so I'm just going to try and fit them in place, and then I have some hinges that I'm going to screw on here, and try and get my latch and stuff put on these as well today. Okay, so while I'm waiting for my primer to dry on my door, I'm going to clean up the floor inside here, and I'm going to give this another coat of primer. So I gave it a coat there a few weeks ago, but since I've been working in here, it's got all messed up, so I'm going to give this another coat of primer, and I'm just going to clean it up a bit first. And I got my mattress that I'm going to be using in here, came in the mail here a couple of weeks ago, so once I get this floor cleaned up and another coat of primer on it, then I'm going to cut my mattress to size. Okay, so I'm just going to measure the inside of the camper now to get the measurements for my foam mattress so I can cut it to size. So I had a few people commenting, wondering how big this thing is inside, so this would be a good opportunity for me to let you guys know the measurements. So it is just over 6 feet long, 72 3/4 inches long, and then the width we have 47.5 wide, so 72 3/4 by 47.5. Here's my foam mattress. This is basically just a mattress topper, and the reason why I went with this is because I couldn't find an actual mattress that was the proper measurements for the inside of the camper. So I decided to go with this this foam mattress topper. It's supposed to be 4 inches thick, and it's just compressed in this box right now. So I'm going to cut it open, let it expand, and then I'll cut it to the proper size that I need. So one size of mattress, I believe like a twin, was too small, but then the next size up was too big to fit inside the camper. So I just decided to go with something like this that I could just cut to the exact size of the inside of the camper. Oh yeah, fits perfect. Woo! Oh, this is gonna be sweet. All right, guys. So before we end this little build series, I'll give you guys a quick tour of the trailer, just a quick walk around the outside, and show you guys the inside real quick. And I got a couple of things left to do, but for the most part, the trailer's done. So yeah, this little build series was fun, but to be honest, I'm glad it's over, and I'm just looking forward to getting out and using the camper and making some videos of me actually out camping and enjoying it. So anyways, we'll start from the back here. Show you guys my little cooking / storage area first. So I got my doors mounted here this morning. It's one of the last things I did. So these two doors open up to my little back hatch here. And then as you can see, I got a receptacle here for charging my phone and some batteries and stuff. And then here's my countertop. So I did a couple of coats of stain and a couple of coats of the clear coat that I had kicking around in my shop. Up top here, I have an LED light. So I'll be able to use this in the nighttime for cooking or accessing my storage area. So as you can see, this is on a hinge. This folds up like this. I still need to get a little hook or something to keep this up because it doesn't stay up on its own. So I'll do that a little bit later. Yeah, down under we have this middle compartment I made that's big enough to fit this plastic water jug. So this is a 10-liter jug, and it's actually big enough to fit 2 of these, so I may end up picking up another one. And over here I just kind of started to put in some things. So I got my frying pan and my pot and kettle, just kind of trying to see where things fit and where I'm going to put stuff back here in the storage area. And then we got this storage spot here on the left. So this one has the access hatch that goes through to the main part of the camper. So I'll show you guys that when we get inside here as well. Yeah, pretty simple. Just a fold up countertop. So I'm gonna get a single burner butane stove to fit on here. I have a big Coleman stove, but that's a little bit too big, and it's gonna take up most of the countertop, and it wouldn't really fit down in my storage area. So I'm gonna pick up one of those cheap single burner butane stoves to cook on. And yeah, that's about it for back here, guys. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward, just how I like it. This window right here is the one that folds up. This is an awning window, and it opens all the way up, so it also acts as an emergency escape, so I could get out through this window if I had to. Show you guys that when we get inside. And the biggest thing I have left to do on the trailer is to add a set of bigger tires. So I'm going to tow this over to the local tire shop here in the next few days, and hopefully they'll be able to come up with an off-road tire that will fit on this axle. So I'm really hoping to get a good set of tires to go on it. These are just a cheap set of Canadian Tire trailer tires. They're not very big, and I want to get something more suited for off-road. And then I have to get a set of fenders to go on this as well. So those are the two big things left to do, the fenders and the tires. So next time you guys see this trailer here on YouTube, hopefully it'll have new tires and fenders on it. So I got my roof vent up top here, got it in the open position right now. Glad I put that in. I think that's really going to come in handy for ventilation and cutting down on condensation and stuff. All right, we'll come around now to let's check out the battery box first, actually. Okay, so right here on the front of my battery box, I have a master disconnect switch. So right now it's in the off position. So when I want to turn on my lights or plugs or get any kind of power from my battery, I just flick this to the right to turn it on, and I'll turn it off when I'm not using it, and that way I know nothing can be draining down my battery when I'm not using it. So I'll turn it on for now so I can show you guys the lights and stuff inside. And inside the storage box here, here's my 12-volt deep cycle battery right here. And I also have an inverter, so I still need to mount this on the box in here so it's not bouncing all over the place. But basically, when I turn this inverter on, when I flick that little power switch, that'll give me 400 watts of AC power, and I'll use that to use my plug-ins so I can charge my phone, camera batteries and stuff. So that's all that's in there. Once again, really simple and straightforward. All right, let's take a look inside. So I got my door done this morning with the Raptor liner. Turned out pretty good. So first of all, we'll take a look at this light. This is my outdoor LED light, and the switch for this light is just inside my door here. So that's my outdoor light. All right, let's get in and have a look inside. Okay, we're in. So pretty straightforward in here too, guys. Not a whole lot to see, but I'll show you guys a few things. So I probably already mentioned earlier in the video, but for my mattress, I just went with a memory foam mattress topper because I needed to find something that I could cut exactly to the size of the camper, and it was kind of in between sizes of a standard mattress. And I'm actually really glad I went with this. I was a little bit concerned that it wasn't going to be thick enough to be comfortable, but this is actually really comfortable. This is going to be it's going to be super comfy sleeping in here. I actually can't wait to get out and sleep in this thing. It's really comfortable. So as you can see back behind me, I did a little accent wall. So I found some old paint that I had just kicking around in the shed here, and just done some different colors of boards to kind of put a little bit of color inside. And up top here, not sure if that's in the frame or not. I think it is. I just did a simple shelf for laying my camera and my batteries and my phone and stuff on. And over in this far corner, I don't think you can see it right now, but I'll show you guys here in a second. I have an AC outlet up here too for charging my electronics. So right here is this little access hatch that I put. It has a cover. I won't put the cover on right now, but when you take this cover off, this gives me access to the storage compartment on the back that I showed, the one over on the left hand side. So I'll be able to put some stuff in here that I want to get access to maybe in the nighttime. I don't know, maybe some snacks, flashlight, a book, whatever I have that I want to be able to access without getting out of the camper and walking around to the back. So there's not a lot of room in here, especially once I get in here with the two dogs. I don't want to have to get out every time I want to grab something from the storage area. So I'll just be able to reach through here. It's not a very big opening, but it'll be good for getting small stuff that I may want to get. Right here on this side is that awning window that I talked about that opens. It has a screen on it, and this will be good for ventilation. I would think that I'll probably have this window open most of the time just to get some airflow through here and up through the vent. This window opens up like so, and then it locks in place and keeps it open. And like I said, this opens all the way up. if I need to ever get out through here for any emergency reason. So glad I came across this window. I bought this second hand. I think I paid 70 bucks for it. It's an old RV window, so that's definitely going to come in handy. Well, looking back this way now up towards my door, I ended up putting 2 LED lights in here. I got this one turned on right now, and the switches for these lights are on the actual lights, and you can do both sides on or just one side. And then I have another one exactly like it right here. I decided to put 2 in here because the pack that I ordered online, 5 of these came in it. I ended up using one on the back storage area. I decided to put 2 in here, and I still have 2 spares in case these ever give out on me or whatever. But yeah, I got 2 of these. That'll be plenty of light inside of here. And then up here is my roof vent. So this just cranks open and close like so. It's pretty easy. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. There's not a whole lot else to see in here. I ended up finishing all the walls with pine, put a coat of stain on it. But man, it is comfortable in here. I cannot wait to get out in the woods and just kick back and relax. I should sleep great in here. So I'm used to sleeping on a blow-up inflatable air mattress, just a little backpacking air mattress on the ground, and having this foam mattress and like a full-blown pillow. It's going to be great for sleeping. I can definitely see me sleeping really good in this thing. Fingers crossed. But yeah, that's about it, guys. There's not really a whole lot else to see. Like I said, I got my shelf up there, and you can see my plug over in the corner. And that's about it. So the next time you guys see this, I should be out in the woods camping in it, and looking forward to doing some of those videos. And yeah, this was a fun build. Thanks to everyone who followed along on it. If you guys have any questions or anything, I'll be happy to try to answer them the best I can. Like I said, I just kind of designed this thing as I went, and pretty happy with how it turned out. But the real test will be once we get this thing out in the woods and really use it. I'm sure there'll be some little kinks and stuff that I'll have to work out, and I'll probably add some more stuff to it. But yeah, it'll definitely be an adventure and a learning experience taking this thing out and camping in it for the first time. So hopefully that video will be coming up in the next couple weeks. Stay tuned. Thanks again for following along. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share. It all helps. Thanks again, and we'll see you on the next one.